You know, being financially stable, like buying myself flowers all the time. Like some guy I was dating came over, he goes, "Oh, who brought you flowers?" I said, "I did." And he like giggled, but the next time he came to my house, he had some flowers. Expecting this man to give me the world, and I can't even take care of my world myself.
Ooh, that shit rocked. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. It's your girl Yana with Yana with the Vibes. If you're a new person here, this is kind of like the vibes. This is what we do. We eat good food. We talk good shit. We work out. We live life to the fullest. Today I have a special guest. I mean, some of you may know her because I feel like I got a lot of subscribers from that specific video.
It works out.
Yeah, so
I'm here again. The people asked for it.
They did, and now we're eating. Cause I don't know if y'all remember in the actual first video, sis said she never had Crafty Crab before.
Oh.
Yes.
I hadn't.
I went to like Crafty Crab twice. Also not sponsored, but I'll definitely be sponsored by y'all. Have you ever been?
Have not.
Yeah, we need to go. Hadn't like delved into the seafood gang, so here we are with Crafty Crab, not sponsored yet, but yet. Go ahead, tell us what you've been doing since the last year. It's March.
So last March I was getting in shape. This March I'm getting in shape.
We're still getting in shape.
Still getting in shape. Y'all, I shaved off all my hair.
She did.
It grew back.
Exactly.
I'm able to have knotless braids. But I've been in the pandemic just like all of y'all.
Yeah.
Working from home.
Yeah. I love it there.
Yeah. Doing life with my friends.
And it's so crazy because like beforehand, Corona didn't even hit yet.
No.
Like we were like, wash your hands, like 20 seconds.
Wash your hands, you know.
Please.
Avoid the coronavirus.
Please. It was literally giving the informatives.
Yeah.
And here it's so crazy how like life can change in like a fucking year. Today we are gonna eat, we're gonna drink, but we're mostly gonna talk about self-love. Self-love. I feel like we kind of delved into it back then. We was talking about Capri, but since then we still keeping up with the workout lifestyle 5 days a week for the most part. So you know we're
4 to 5.
4 to 5.
More on the 4.
More on the 4 than the 5. When Friday gets a little tricky, and it's still cold here, so please respect our privacy.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say, like, you know, this is a topic that Alex and I, we definitely continue to talk about. Her and I, we have good conversations, and I'm always like, damn, I should record this. So like this is kind of all right, don't take it too much, but like chill. So this is like a moment for us to like act like the camera is not there, talk, eat, drink, and just vibe, and y'all are just gonna just pop into what we normally do, to be quite frank.
Definitely.
Yeah, we got the whole shebang. So we have all of the flavors: lemon, buttery, garlic, and then also like spicy whatever. So that's the vibes. And the sauce is fire, which happens to be the hottest. I got the food in mild though, because I don't know.
I'm a mild person.
We'll accept that. We have to take a thumbnail. Here, hold one of these.
So what are you gonna do? Just hold it up?
Yeah, you just hold it up, and then I'm gonna
make that like the main thing.
Yeah.
This is like a boomerang.
Self-love, right?
One of my favorite topics, actually.
Yeah, because the girls these days don't be having it. Low key,
But you know what? I don't even want to say it like that because I think it's a process to get there.
Okay.
So, because I used to be the girls.
And what did that process look like for you? Like, what got you to the point that you are right now?
So, I don't want to say I've arrived. But
You never arrived,
I'm definitely more self-aware.
Yeah, for sure.
But I would say what got me here was probably my last relationship, my last breakup. It was really like bad for me, personally. So that just required me to do a lot of self-reflection. And through that process, like I realized that the man wasn't even worth the depressed stage that I went through.
Facts. They don't be though.
You know?
They don't be. If a person's not showing who they are from the get-go, like...
Wait, you said if a person's not showing who they are?
From the get-go, as far as like their intentions with you,
Oh, okay.
if their like actions are not aligning with exactly what you feel like you deserve, then that's your way of noting like, hey, this is not for me. And at that moment, I felt like I was just very much wanting to be in something that I was trying to like give excuses and trying to give like reasons as to why I was in there, but it wasn't
where you were supposed to be.
It wasn't where I was supposed to be. After that situation, I've become a different bitch. Like, you know, so I feel that 10K.
Whole different person right now.
Whole different person, like to the point where the person could come back and try to talk to me and I'm not even on that anymore. Like,
bro,
I'm not
off that.
I'm off it. Like, I'm not even impressed.
And it's, you know, like when you're getting over someone and you go through the phase of like texting them still after the breakup and still hanging out but not being together. Girl, I went on for that with that for like probably 3 or 4 months. Until I finally just stopped. But
what do you think kept you still going though?
I don't know, it's hard to say. It was probably a couple different things. I was used to being with him. So I guess I wasn't ready to let that go. I also was going through the process of self-discovery, so I didn't know what being by myself looked like.
Ooh.
You know?
Ooh.
So it was more so like, man, I'm by myself. I usually would be with him right now.
Yeah.
So you want to hang out even though we're not together? You know? Because I spent so much time with this person that when I didn't have the person, I didn't know what to do with my time. And I never ever want to see myself like that again. You know?
Yeah.
Because I look back and I'm like, yo, I was such a goofy, bro.
Such a head ass. That's what they call them.
Such a goofy. Like,
it was.
that was bad, bro. Like,
I would let's commend Alex because it's a difference. Because I feel like there's a saying that says like the universe is gonna continue to give you the same lessons until you pass it. So it's like, if you are in situations after situations and you are not choosing different for yourself, you continue to choose violence, you're always gonna have a violent outcome until you finally get with the fact like, yo, maybe I need to change this about myself. Maybe I need to chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to fucking chill. You can't figure out yourself while dealing with other people. You can't figure out yourself while you're in situations that are toxic or not great environments that are allowing you to actually reflect. You know, if you're in constant chaos and constant turmoil, how will you have time to sit with yourself and really listen to your thoughts and really journal and be introspective when you have other people's opinions coming at you bow?
yeah.
I feel like the pandemic really opened a lot of people's eyes to the escapism. You know what I'm saying? Like, not necessarily like staying still. Because again, like Alex and I, the last time we were in front of this camera, that was before the pandemic actually occurred, right?
Yeah.
So now we're seeing the light. I'm a Moderna mommy and she's a Pfizer princess. Actually about to get the fuck out of this ghetto shit. But I say this to say, what am I saying?
I don't know.
Hold on. where was that? Oh, being alone. So I feel like the pandemic kind of like really opened a lot of people's eyes as to like what are they always running from, you know what I'm saying? So it's like at times I feel like self-love is realizing like your company is your best company. You know, being alone with yourself is all you really need, because like the action or the constantly feeling like you need to be on go, it's like, do you like you? Do you like being alone with your thoughts?
That is such a good point.
I know, I feel it is, because I had to sit with that shit, because it was because when you are alone, you have no choice but to fucking sit with your thoughts and sit with the things that you don't like about yourself. And you know you need to change this about yourself, but you're always on the go, that you never take the time to change it about yourself.
That part made a good point. Like, do I like me? Girl, I love me.
And do.
But it's a process.
It is.
So for the people who use things or places to kind of mask the things that they don't like about themselves, I can imagine that the pandemic was really hard.
Oh, for sure. What does self-love mean to you?
I had to see how I had to clear my throat. Self-love is creating boundaries.
Ooh. Okay. Preach, preacher.
The
That's
boundaries.
real.
The
boundaries is
are
hard.
important. Self-love for me is also just being intentional with myself. Like, something I do is really take inventory of like how I'm feeling when I'm around certain people or doing certain things, and really just asking myself, how are you feeling today, Alex? How do you feel about this? So really just checking in with myself. Self-care is also for me not settling.
Ooh.
Well, self-love, not settling.
That's also self-care though.
Yes, that is self-care too. They kind of go hand in hand. But yeah, not settling, boundaries, being intentional with myself, being self-aware. So like those parts of myself that I don't like, that we talked about, like actually like visiting those areas and asking myself tough questions, like why am I this way? Or, you know, why did I say that? Is that a reflection of me really? You know, is that my heart? You know, am I projecting that on, you know? So it's really just being real, I think. Because I think the more honest you are with yourself, the less you put up with things that don't serve you.
Rewind, poet. What a rewind, poet.
You don't have jobs that you don't like. Like,
ooh, she touching something. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I'm being serious.
No. Be serious.
You won't be hanging out with people you don't like.
Period. Because why?
For example, have you ever not wanted to do something but did it?
Yeah.
And like the whole time you're doing it,
you're just upset about doing it.
Yeah, but now that you're paying attention to yourself, you already know like
that you're not gonna like
you know
something.
What? And for the sake of not ruining it for whomever's around me, yo, you know what? I'm gonna just sit this one out. I'm just not gonna be there. So we don't need to do that. Just don't.
Yeah. Yes.
Just be honest with yourself.
If everybody was actively being honest with themselves, if everybody was actively doing things that they actually wanted to partake in, the world would be a better place, because we wouldn't have attitudes, baby. Let's talk about customer service. If you don't like that job,
who pissed you off today?
What are some ways daily that you try to implement self-love, self-care, and doing shit that Alex wants to do?
Boundaries.
Expound. What does boundaries look like for you?
All right, boundaries for me looks like not doing things before a certain time and not doing things after a certain time. So like when I wake up in the morning, I try not to look at my phone until like I'm in the gym, because I kind of just want to spend a little bit of time with myself, like getting into my day.
Yeah.
Before like actually like, you know, reading a message that might throw off my mood. But let's say if I've like done my prayer, my meditation, like prior to getting in my phone, I'm kind of in a more of a headspace to like,
That's good.
you know what I mean, read a message and maybe it won't affect me. I think a part of self-love is like knowing who you are for real. So like, I know I can be a very anxious person and like I can get anxiety. So I know I'm learning how to minimize those things by just setting things in place. Like, all right, you know what? If I need to take a step back, let me step back. If I don't need to look at my phone in the morning, cool. If I need to put my phone on Do Not Disturb so I can sleep better, I'm gonna do that. Sorry, you have to reinforce them for yourself.
Exactly.
Because people are going to project their own whatever, their own views on this work or this task or whatever, because they think that they have time to do it. You should too, you know. But you gotta be like, actually, it's not in my boundary. Even when I'm like meeting people or like talking to people, they know like, oh yeah, you gotta go to the gym in the morning at 5, so I can't come at like 1 o'clock in the morning to your house.
Period.
You know what I mean? So it's like I have things in place. Old me would just be like, well, just come when you can. You know?
Let me know when you're on the way.
But now I'm just like, this is my schedule.
Yeah.
You gonna just have to
abide by it or fly.
Period. So that's it.
What would you tell your younger self from what you like know now about, you know, boundaries? You said about loving yourself. You said so. Like, what would you tell the younger version of you?
I could tell my younger self to trust yourself.
Ooh.
You know, because I think there's things you always know about yourself, but you don't listen to.
Why don't we listen to it, Alex?
Because we try to go with, you know, whatever's in at the moment, and go with the crowd or go with your friend, and you kind of just don't use your voice, you know?
Yeah.
And like, but
especially as a black woman.
Yeah, my true self has always been who I am.
Yeah.
I'm just now getting to a point to actually listening to her. You
know? If I could talk to young Yana, I will find out who the fuck you are, and everything else will align. Younger Ayana, she really wanted validation. She really wanted people to love her. She really wanted people to like her. But it's like, you love you, that's all that matters. Because not a lot of people love themselves.
Yeah.
So it's like, when they see you loving yourself, when they see you, you post a picture and you're like, shit, I look good, so I'm gonna post it, whatever. If you put your videos or whatever content or business ideas that you have out, and it's like, I'm doing it because I want to do it, people like that energy. They project because they don't have that type of like boldness when it comes to themselves.
That's so good.
I know, I feel that shit came from the core. One book that Alex and I both read, I happened to read it last year in the midst of the pandemic. And the book was called The Mastery of Love from Dawn Ruiz. He also wrote the 4 Agreements book.
Both 2 great books.
Both 2 great books. If you want to take your life back, read those books. What was your takeaways from the book?
My biggest takeaway from the book, well, from The Mastery of Love, I went into it thinking, you know, it was going to talk about how to master relationships. And it definitely does. But it starts with the self. So it's like, master the relationship with yourself. I can't do anything to make someone feel a certain way about me. What a person does is on them. And like, that's not for me to like try to change anything or, you know, give them more compliments or buy them more gifts or show up more. Like, no, I am enough. I am who I am.
You are.
And what I am giving you is about to be what I'm giving. So you either gonna take it or you're not. And if you're not, bye.
I think he used the analogy of a kitchen. When he was like, oh, when your kitchen is fully stocked, like, you're not gonna look to anybody else for things. You know what I'm saying? And the reference of having your kitchen fully stocked is like you loving yourself to such a high extreme that if someone is not giving you what exactly you want, that you're not gonna you're gonna be like, okay, well, my kitchen is enough. Like, we're stocked over here.
We stocked, bro.
We stocked. We got bread, we got butter, we got milk, we got water,
cereal,
grapes, meats,
cheeses,
veggies,
right,
fruits. That time alone that I took with being reflective and introspective as to like, why didn't this relationship work, or what could I have done? Like, what was my fault in it?
Yes.
What was their fault in it? Because you have to look at both sides. Because it's like, why did you allow yourself to be in that position as well? Like, what were you looking for?
Oh my gosh. That's so good.
Thank you. What are things that you necessarily need to give yourself before you seek that out of somebody else?
That is the one. Seriously, that's the one. And let me tell you why it's the one.
Tell me why.
I had a whole list of what I wanted him to be, and I wasn't even those things yet.
Ooh.
I feel like my journey is just finding those things that I wanted in other people and myself, and like really like you know, being financially stable, like buying myself flowers all the time, like, you know, like I can't expect someone to do those things for me. And you know what's really funny is some guy I was dating came over. He goes, "Oh, who brought you flowers?" I said, "I did." And he like giggles, but the next time he came to my house, he had some flowers. And it's like but it's like, yo, she's doing this for herself, so let me make sure I can do this for her too. Even something so small, but then it grows on bigger levels. So it's like, I can't be expecting this man to give me the world, and I can't even take care of my world myself.
Ooh, that shit rocked.
So
that was good. I can't even take care of my world.
No,
that's
seriously,
a word.
because I really thought I was about to marry this man, and now I'm like laughing at myself like, girl, you wasn't even ready to get married.
Self-love is literally knowing your source, who he is, who they are, and knowing like how they pour into you, and that everything that is according to your path is already aligned. So like all of that you're trying to like fight against and trying to put into motion is like, it's already planned out for you. If you literally surrender and just allow what it is, then that's how life is going to be easier for you. So it's just like, self-love is just knowing like,
I don't know about easier, but more peaceful.
I feel like
Peace of mind.
easy equals peace, because like when you have a sense of peace, it just feels easy, but you know like that shit's kind of hard. like you know like this shit's hard as fuck, but it doesn't feel hard because you know that it's already happening according to the plan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing of your own will. It's something that you're just like stepping into. I feel like we're getting cold.
Yeah, it's cold out here.
It's getting cold. It is the first day of spring, so we thought this was cute. Let's end it here. Self-care is not, and then fill in the blank.
Ooh.
Self-love, self-care is not, and fill the blank.
That's a good one.
I feel like Oprah. Oprah don't be eating.
All right, so whoa, wherever you're in.
Flipped out.
Self-love is not overindulgent.
Ooh. Talk about it. Talk about it.
There's times when we get in moods where we just want to like be lazy, or like we want to go splurge, or we want to devour food. Like, I think there's nothing wrong with those things, but I feel like at times we have to know our limit. Like, we can't be overly lazy, you know, or else things won't get done. We can't overspend. Like, we're gonna be messing up our budget. So we can't overeat. We're gonna be overweight. I think there's a difference between like recognizing how you feel and then like overindulging in the feeling.
Oh, okay.
You know?
That's a word. That's a word. I saw where you landed.
Thanks.
That shit deep. That was deep.
You know I get deep.
You know you do.
I get deep, baby.
This is the biggest thing for me.
Okay.
Because this is my process right now. Self-love is not saying you're gonna do something but not do it.
Ooh.
I don't think when we plan outright or when we have our New Year's resolutions, we're thinking of what we can't do. We're thinking in the realm of what we're able to accomplish.
That's a good point. Like, we don't develop desires without the capability to fulfill it.
Exactly. That was amazing.
It's me.
It is you. But that's literally what I'm trying to say, but you said it beautifully.
He's already created us to do the things in us.
And does.
So we just have to, like, live in our purpose. Like, you touched on that earlier. Mm-hmm. So it's all coming together.
Yeah. We love that. And I read this book. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. And specifically in the book, they spoke on if you have a goal to like throw a pebble in the sea, right? So the goal is to continue to throw every day. You're gonna throw a pebble in the sea. So it's not like when that one day that happens where you don't necessarily feel like it, you're not gonna be like, oh, well, I'll do it tomorrow. It's the thought like, no, I'm gonna turn back and I'm gonna get the pebble and I'm gonna throw it in the sea because I told myself that every single day I'm gonna throw this pebble in the motherfucking sea. So that is what self-love is. It's having your word and knowing that it's bond. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we're so keen and so available and so open to like fulfill our words that we give to other people, but when it comes to ourselves, we don't give ourselves that same energy.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what self-love isn't. Self-love isn't saying, hey, I'm gonna fulfill everybody else's promises but not fulfill my own. What are some things that you told yourself that you were gonna do in the start of the year?
Yeah.
And whatever it is, like, are you implementing it? Are you taking time to actually plan and not only plan for it but also give yourself the steps so that you could do it and fulfill it every single week? Holistically, like, what are your plans? Because like that's what self-love is. It's just honoring your word.
I love that. That was great.
Thank you again, Alex.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
It's always a pleasure. Where can they find you? Because last time
y'all was looking for me.
Men were on my comments asking where Alex was at. So please let them know what are the things that you got working on, what you coming out with this year. During your self-discovery.
So first of all, you can find me on IG at Alex in Wonderland.
And like the letter.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
She'll put it on the screen.
And will.
And then what I'm working on this year. So I have a podcast that I will be launching soon with my best friend. It's called This Is Subjective.
Ooh.
Yeah, and we have good conversations. So I think you guys will like it. I know you guys will like it. So you can follow our Instagram there at This Is Subjective. And then I'm also creating a home decor and home organizing business called A Space You Love. So I really enjoy home decor, organizing, clean spaces. That gives me peace. So I was like, I can do this for people.
And she can.
So I'm working on that as well. So I'm going to do what Ayana said and honor my word and continue to work towards those things and bring them to fruition.
Period.
So you guys can see those.
Yes. Because that's what self-love is.
Definitely.
But yeah, thank you all for watching. We ate, we talked. I feel like we had a good conversation. We always do. But I would definitely say if you could leave with anything, is just honor your word.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Trust yourself.
Trust yourself.
Create boundaries.
Create boundaries. And spend some time alone. Because that's how you will figure out everything that we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Because we had to have that necessary time.
Yeah.
I hope you all are doing well. I wish you all great blessings. I just hope you're having a great time right now. I don't know. It's a pandemic. But I just hope you're doing well.
Hope you guys get your vaccine.
Get your vaccines. You know, last year we're talking about wash your hands, but this year we're talking about getting vaccinated. This is not sponsored, but we are the Moderna mommies and the Pfizer princesses. So please pick a side, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.